LeBron finally chose a team. Let's analyze. After 24 days since leaving the Lakers, King James, after holding the entire NBA hostage, he finally chose a team. Now, I'm not surprised that it's the 76ers because they were part of the final three on his list. According to reports, they were saying it was either back to South Beach with Pat Riley and Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bam, Golden Gloves, that is Bam Adebayo. And I don't know, Bam, don't want to get Bam upset. Bam throws hands, and he put hands on Tyler Hero, the reports say. But yeah, LeBron was thinking about them. Possibly going back to the crib, Cleveland, with Donovan Mitchell and his other AARP member in James Harden, LeBron James, that is. And he said no to that. And LeBron James said, I want a chance to win a ring. He wants a chance to win a ring. So what does he do? What LeBron always does. He goes and joins another super team. Yes, he did. Well, this is as close to a super team on paper in the NBA. And correct me if I'm wrong. You've got Jaylen Brown, who was top 5 in this past season's MVP votes. You've got Joel Embiid, a former MVP. You've got VJ Edgecombe, who finished top 5 in the Rookie of the Year votes. And then you've got Tyrese Maxey, who was also, I believe, in the top in the NBA voting in MVPs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. And then you have, obviously, LeBron, former MVP. So this team is going to be, on paper, they're going to be formidable. And one thing about this whole thing, first of all, LeBron James, playing all the games, I thought he learned from 2010 with the decision, and he's making everybody at 41 years young. This guy is just an attention seeker, isn't he? He just wants the attention. And, I mean, I guess he's earned it. Going to be his 24th season in the league. He signed a 2-year deal, by the way, $8 million with a player option, obviously. So it's a 1-year deal, really. It's a 1-year deal because LeBron James, if he doesn't like what's going on in the city of brotherly love, he can deuce out and bounce and either go home and finish out his final NBA season. He said this is his last decision, allegedly. Right? Allegedly. He's going to be 42 in December. And then the following season, he'll be 43. Something that's never been done. Now, I'll tell you this. LeBron James knows history. He's a very smart guy. He's a brilliant basketball mind, no question. And I think that's what he brings to the table big time for the 76ers. Now, Joel Embiid went nuts online. Tyrese Maxey, they were all excited. They were like, that kid, right? That kid who was getting pushed around, but yet he's got his cousins and he's got people coming through, his boys from back in the, they're moving closer to his neighborhood now, and I got friends now, I got backup kind of thing, like, he's like, it's one of those situations like, yeah, I'm ready now, I got people. And I smiled when I saw that. When I saw Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid and all of them so excited. And now I'm like, all right, okay. This is not LeBron James's 2010 winning his first 2 championships in 4 years in Miami and all this stuff and dominating the league. Now, LeBron James is still a force to be reckoned with, even at 41 years young. I said the last video, he was dropping 21 points a game. He was an all-star. This is a guy who is a problem, no question about it. But And the 76ers on paper, they are a problem. But you know what? I got to thinking, because you kind of knew it was one of these three teams, and on paper you're like, Cleveland, he wants to go win a championship. Does it really move the needle there? I don't know. I don't think so. And then you're like Miami. I mean, Pat Riley can always figure it out, but you got Giannis, who's not really a shooter, although he's improved, and Bam Adebayo. I mean, I think the Tim Hardaway signing is going to help them big time. But I'm like, how does this affect the New York Knicks, our New York Knicks? And the New York Knicks, they lost a very, very critical piece in Mitchell Robinson. They lost Mitch, and they lost Ariel Haporti, who is also in Philadelphia. I don't know if he plays and all this stuff, but this is what they did. Now, I saw, what is it called? Fanatic Fest? And I got to go one year. This thing looks real interesting. All the athletes, I'm still figuring out how that works. I think you pay a fee, and then depending on who you want to see, you pay, to go take pictures with Jalen Brunson and then watch the, the shows. Everybody who's anybody in sports attends. So you've got to credit the organizers and everything. It looks like a lot of fun, but Fanatics Fest, definitely, that's something I definitely want to go see one day. Now, how does this affect the Knicks? I'm like, look, man, it really doesn't. And here's why. The Knicks already have a bullseye on their back. And I've never, ever, ever, ever seen a team that dominated the way they did. I mean, they dominated the way they did. And Vegas and the odds makers or whoever makes these, the bets or whatever, I don't know how that stuff works, but they have the Knicks, even before Mitch left and the Jaylen Brown, they had the Knicks fourth behind Boston. They had Boston ahead of them, right? And they still had OKC, the Spurs, and then Boston, and then the Knicks, which I laughed at. I'm like, and then I've kind of learned. I've actually learned to appreciate the slight of the Knicks. I mean, I saw the 2K covers. I wanted to do a video, but I was holding off on the LeBron news because I'm like, this is going to happen soon. And LeBron wanted to do this right before I headed into work. I'm like, oh, of course he makes the announcement, and I'm going to have to wait to do a video on this. But better late than never. So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, the Knicks, once the horn sounded and they got a hold of the Larry O'Brien trophy, that put a bullseye on their backs. So every single team that they play, all 82 games of this season, they are going to face, everybody's going to come to play. Whether it's at MSG, whether it's on the road, the champ is here. And everybody's going to have their calendar circled. That's just how it is. Now, the Knicks right now, I've heard, I mean, the 76ers are right there with them when it comes to the top of the East. I mean, and then forget about it. Even their division, the Knicks division, Atlantic division is insane. The Raptors, the Celtics, the 76ers, obviously the Knicks, and New Jersey. My bad, Brooklyn, Julius Randle. But Brooklyn, and they should be solid too. Not for nothing with Randle and Porter Jr., who was borderline. I don't know. He was a borderline all-star in my opinion. I don't know if he was close. I mean, he balled out. And the rookie they had that in the summer league, forget his name, but man, he's going to be nice. He's going to be nice. But look, the Knicks right now, they've lost Mitch. You see what the 76ers did. How are you feeling about it? Me? I'm feeling like this. Knicks in 5. Seriously, Knicks in 5. The Knicks washed the 76ers. Now, I know you don't go year to year, but they washed the 76ers. Now, you've got Jaylen Brown, an upgraded version of Paul George at this point. But Mikal Bridges, he can go, he can guard him. I mean, I was telling my boy earlier, I'm like, Jason Tatum was the nightmare matchup for Mikal. Jason Tatum was the nightmare. Now, I think it was last year at some point, Jaylen Brown was giving the Knicks the business, and then they had to put the Rook on him, who pretty much locked him up in Mo Diawara in Boston, and the Knicks turned around and took care of business. Mo Diawara is a player that a lot of people are going to be very surprised. I think he's going to be a very integral part to this rotation and a very important piece, spelling Bridges, OG, and obviously Shamet. The Knicks didn't make critical moves, and people wanted them to, go trade Deuce. Now, look, Deuce may get traded at the trade deadline or not, but this is why you need a Deuce. This is why you need an Alvarado. This is why you need a Landry Shamet. And even Clarkson has become a decent defender. You're going to need the wing defenders against teams like the 76ers, teams like the OKCs, the Spurs, teams like that who are, quote unquote, ahead of the champs. So, look, now LeBron has made a decision. So now everybody's open for business. Now everybody can go sign players. I'm interested in finding out what happens with DeMar DeRozan. Because a part of me was like, if LeBron doesn't come to the Knicks, which I thought would have been, if you want to win a championship, go join the team. Go join the Knicks. Don't tell me, oh, well, and you heard that. Oh, well, LeBron said if the Knicks hadn't won, then he would have definitely joined the Knicks. Whatever. And I like that Jalen Brunson at Fanatic Fest. I think that's what it's called, right? Fanatic Fest. And LeBron James, by the way, he got the quote of the day. He says, I still want to compete to win and have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship. You go to Philly? You go to the Knicks crib, away from the crib? Like, come on, man. That made zero sense. But, I mean, you can go do that. But I'll tell you this, too. The 76ers, their bench got diesel to some degree, in my estimation. Anthony Simons, 14 points off the bench. Dean Wade, and you've got, what's his name? Oh, LeBaron Fillon. I think I definitely butchered his name, but I believe that's the guy who was dissecting my Hofstra Pride in the NCAA tournament. I believe that was him. And then you've got Ariel Haporti. Look, listen, man. Philly, if everybody's healthy, they are a problem. Joel Embiid was averaging 26 points a game. I mean, they've got 20-point scores all over the place. But I think then when you go to the bench, I'm not worried. I'm concerned. I have a healthy respect for Philly, just like I did heading into that, that second round against the Knicks. But as happy as Joel Embiid was and Tyrese Maxey was, it's crazy, by the way, that these guys are like, oh, we got something now. We got something now. We got something too, though, right, Knicks? We got something too. And his name is Jalen Brunson, King of New York. So it's crazy that these guys, had to go, try to form super teams and whatever. And obviously, and try, LeBron wants to win a championship. But I'm trusting in that Jalen Brunson and company This is possibly their last year together as presently constituted, because you may lose a cat if he doesn't take a pay cut, and we'll cross that bridge when it happens. But the Knicks found something in the playoffs that I think that teams can just. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Now, you want to pencil Knicks and Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals? I mean, I'm with it. But Knicks in 5, y'all. Knicks in 5. Knicks are not messing around. Knicks in 5. Now, I just remember that. Knicks won the championship in 5. They swept the Sixers. Joel Embiid's going to have to be healthy and find a fountain of youth, and all of this. And obviously, when you play the Sixers, you would have wanted to have a guy like Mitch, because of how well he guards Embiid and causes problems for Philly and other teams. But Knicks at 5, we're gonna be fine. And I want to see what the Knicks do with that last pickup. I mean, that last pickup. Everybody says, it's going to be a big man, whatever. I keep saying, look, listen, and I don't know how the math works there per se. I didn't look at it, but I mean, could you imagine DeMar DeRozan and then somehow, I don't know if Trey Jemison, who was on the team on a two-way, if you can bring a player back for a second year off a two-way, or he's got to get a roster spot. But that's a guy I think who can fit perfectly in the rotation or with the roster as a third center. But what do you guys think, man? Are you guys concerned? Are you guys worried? LeBron James, 41-year-old LeBron James joined the 76ers. I mean, right now, everybody's got... So now they probably jumped ahead of the Knicks, right? So because that's just how things go. The Knicks can never get respect. So it's probably OKC, the Spurs, 76ers, and the Knicks. I like it, though. I like it. Let Jalen Brunson and company, let them have a chip on their shoulders. Let them under. They still don't respect you. You washed teams. You are the champions, and they still don't respect you. Jalen Brunson and company, pay attention. They're coming for your title. Now it's that time. In the NFL, Patrick Mahomes has been cleared. He was fully cleared for camp. Said he's feeling great. His exact words were, he said he's feeling amazing. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on most social media platforms at SamIAnalyze. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.